Hello people of the internet, this is Shaky Jake and I really need a catchphrase. You are watching Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic on impossible difficulty, where previously on KotOR we explored the Sith Academy, made a few new friends, made a few new enemies, and we also found Karth's long lost son Dustil, managed to convince him to abandon the Sith ways, hopefully forever, because we found out that Uthar Wynn had been responsible for killing one of his friends, and that's Karth's personal side quest pretty much resolved. And Karth doesn't really fulfill a role at this point in the game, apart from a few bits of dialogue here and there, but he doesn't have a major role to play anymore, so we could just not use him for the rest of the game. And before we carry on with doing this next part in the Valley of the Dark Lords, because I promised to do that last time, and you know we need to go there because we need to gain more prestige for this lazy git down here, we're going to go back to the Ebon Hawk and talk to some of our party members, because I want to see how they feel about me being Darth Revan, because I haven't talked to some of them about it yet. And on the way out, if you actually talk to the Sith Academy guard when you leave the Academy, he actually acknowledges that you're a member of the Academy now, so let's see what he has to say.
You're a student at the Academy. You may enter by the door.
Thank you for that salute, I really appreciate it. So we're going to head back to the Ebon Hawk, and yes, I know I could transit back, but I feel like a bit of exercise, and I'm going to walk back, so hopefully this goes rather well. And yes, nobody got stuck with the pathfinding, which is good. And there are a couple of bugs on this part of the game, and you can see your forward ban is still in the cantina. I think that's a mod bug as opposed to a vanilla bug, and if you talk to her again, it acts as if the game acts as if you haven't been taken to the Academy before, but you don't have to sit through that really long cutscene again. So hopefully she'll bugger off shortly, because otherwise that will be rather annoying. And oh, there's the audio bug that's been well known with this part of the game for many years. And yeah, Caravan's just a little glitchy like that, or rather Dredge Day's a little bit glitchy like that. So we're going to go into the Ebon Hawk and talk to some of our party members. And we're back on the Ebon Hawk. The main party members I want to talk to are Karth, Mission, Zalbar, Canderous, Jahani and HK47. So let's go and do that now. First of all, Mission, how are you feeling?
Hey there, what can I do for you?
I just wanted to talk about me being Revan.
It seems to me that if you don't really remember anything about being Revan, then it doesn't really matter anymore. You are who you are now, right?
So it doesn't bother you at all?
I don't see the Sith Lord standing here. I see a friend who's been with us through thick and thin. Remember, Malik's the one who tried to destroy Terrace.
Well, my short-term memory isn't that bad, Mission, but thank you for reminding me. Okay, let's talk to Zalbar next. How are you holding up, big guy? How do you feel about me being Revan? Okay, so he's pretty cool with us. Jahani?
How can you possibly be Raven? The Jedi whose troops saved me on Taris. It was Revan, leading an army out to defeat the Mandalorians. It was you. I knew when I heard that you had become the Dark Lord of the Sith, that something was wrong with it. The man who saved me could never go completely to the dark side.
I do not know who that Revan was. I am not him. At least not any longer.
It is good to know that you have truly changed. It gives me hope. I do not think now that I will fall to the dark side. I only have to look at you and follow by your example, and there is no way I can fail.
So, this example you refer to basically implies you want to lose your memory, have your mind wiped by the Jedi, and be programmed a whole new identity. Okay, that's a bit of a flawed argument, but okay. Overconfidence can also lead to the dark side, but you know what? You will do fine, Jahani.
Thank you for placing your confidence in me. I only wish I had your heart as well. I will never forget what you did for me, even if you do not remember it.
And that's probably for the best. Canderous, how are you doing?
Yeah, what do you want?
Tell me about when you worked for Davik.
Working for Davik was like driving a spike through the side of your head. Sure, you got something new in there, but in the end, you've lost something as well. Beating up people who wouldn't or couldn't pay, strong-arming his competitors, killing who he said. It was busy work, nothing decent.
You were an assassin?
Assassin, mercenary. Those are names people give guys like me who do the killing to make us seem better or worse in their eyes. I've killed many people. I can't say I'm proud of it, but I have. Criminals, competitors, businessmen, police, women, children. Jedi were a better challenge. But they hardly ever poked around in the Undercity. Until you came along. But I never wanted to challenge you. Never felt the need. Maybe I knew I couldn't win. Just like all those years ago.
So, in a roundabout way, that's Candace acknowledging that we were Darth Revan all this time. A wise decision.
Yeah, probably. You probably would have beaten me again. Maybe you would have. But you're not who you were back then. I can tell. You've changed. And maybe I have to. I remember a time when I could do anything I wanted. Kill, maim, murder. It was all the same to me. But now that I am older, I can look back and regret.
I regret to tell you that I never regret anything.
Ha! Good one! That's like a warrior should. Like what you'd see in a Mandalorian. In a Mandalorian. I'm not even sure what that is anymore. The Mandalorian are gone, defeated by the Republic, and swept away by time. I look back and regret all the chances I had as a warrior. And then all the chances I've had since then. I shouldn't be getting like this. Not when so many other things are happening, but... It feels like something has changed inside and I don't know what it is. This is unbecoming a warrior. Let's get on with everything before I start getting sentimental or something. Is there something else you want to know?
Okay, so Candace had a little bit of an interesting discussion there. HK?
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
So you belonged to Revan originally?
Statement. Yes, Master. You created me shortly after you and your apprentice began your war to conquer the galaxy. I was sent on an assassination mission into Mandalorian space, but I was damaged and unable to return to you. Exclamation. I find this most distressing. I could certainly have protected you from the Jedi and your pupil's betrayal had I returned.
It's probably better it worked out this way, to be honest.
Observation. You may be right, Master. This way we are reunited, and neither of us has suffered permanent termination.
Am I very much like the Revan you knew?
Observation. You are different in many fundamental ways, Master. You have a concern for life that is unsettling. This cannot solely be caused by memory loss. I do not know how to explain it. Regardless, you do seem to be improved overall from the human I once knew.
Do you know anything about the Starforge?
Answer. No, Master. You never did make me privy to any of the Starforge's secrets.
What can you tell me of Malak?
Commentary. Your former pupil is efficient and brutal, even for an organic. I rather liked him when you first introduced me to him. If I had known what he would do to you, Master, I would have gladly removed his entrails right then.
So, why the meatbag references?
Answer. It was you who programmed me thus, Master. Your pupil once asked me what I thought of him, and I informed him of his meatbag status. He was unimpressed. But you found the reference humorous. You changed my programming so that I would continue to use the term. It drove your pupil to extreme lengths of frustration.
I can imagine. Alec was the original meatbag. I like that idea.
Observation. Of course you do, Master. You did then as well.
That will be all, HK-47.
As you desire, Master. Signing off.
So HK is approving, as ever. I can't remember if T3 says anything interesting. Let's just double check. No, he doesn't. Okay, although I want to ask you some questions. Never mind. No, T3 doesn't say anything interesting. You can't ask him how he feels about you being Revan. So it leaves us with one more person to talk to. The most important person in our party, Carth.
Yes, what's on your mind?
We need to talk about me being Darth Revan.
If you're ready to talk, then yes. So am I.
And?
I can't hate you. I tried. I wanted to hold you responsible for all the things you've done for my wife, for Telos, for Dustil. But I can't.
I'm glad to hear that.
I got the revenge I always wanted when Saul died. But it hasn't brought me the peace that I thought it would. Despite whatever part of Revan is inside you, the darkness that must surely be there, it isn't who you are. That's why I can't hate you, why I don't want any more revenge. You don't have to be Revan. You can be so much more. Whatever the Jedi did to you, they gave you that chance. Whatever's happened up until this point, there's going to come a time very soon where you're going to have to make a choice. And there won't be any turning back.
Ah, foreshadowing. Great narrative choice. And if I make the wrong choice?
Well, then I hope I can save you. From yourself.
And there we go. So, Karth's interesting philosophy there. So whilst we're on the Ebon Hawk, we might as well do what that one Rodian asked us to do a couple of parts ago and look in this room. And it's one of the few times you ever come to this part of the Ebon Hawk. So let's open the compartment.
Didn't work.
And we can't open it, so if we click on it, we can enter the access code, which has a misspelling here apparently. But if we enter that, it's now unlocked. And we get some spice, a unique item. So we're going to go back to that Rodian and basically give it to him before we go to the Valley of the Dark Lords. And we're back at the Rodian who requested the spice, so let's go and talk to him. Yes, I do. I don't work for Davik, remember? I want more. Maybe. Tell me more. Ah, Master the Hut. Haven't spoke to him in ages. Why don't you just bring it to him yourself if it's not, you know, if it isn't that bad? What happens if I open the box? But what would happen? Is it a bomb? Where can I find this mutter? I already know him. Alright, I'll do it. Do not open the box. So you know what that means. We're gonna open the box when we eventually get to that point. But it won't be in this part. It will be as we're leaving Korriban. So Euphora is still here. That's rather irritating. But using Euphora to get you straight to the Sith Academy and save having to walk through the little small area between Drej Day and the Sith Academy is actually quite useful if you want to exploit that glitch. It doesn't seem to break anything particularly. See, Euphora just disappeared then. So using her to walk to the Academy again makes her disappear, which is, you know, useful. On to what I promised, which is going into the Valley of the Dark Lords. And you'll notice the party members have changed. I've now got Juhani instead of Karth, and we're keeping Jolee as normal. So let's go to the Valley of the Dark Lords, because there's quite a number of things we're going to have to do in order to gain the prestige that Uthar wants. And we're going to talk to a few people first before we go outside. So this person here, who somehow speaks Twi'lek instead of Galactic Basic. Who are you? You're human, but you speak like a Twi'lek. How do I get to this valley, even though the door is literally in front of me? What are these Takuta? What can you tell me about the valley? Anything I should be watchful for? So naturally, when you tell me not to enter somewhere, I'm going to go into it. What are these Chirac? I'll be going now. And... oh, this is a Draenas, the guy we could have talked to if we wanted to poison Uthar instead of Uthar. And he also speaks Twi'lek. I'm no student, I'm Darth Revan. Who are you? So you aren't a Sith? Can I ask you one more question? How come you don't speak Galactic Basic? It's really weird seeing, you know, the human character models speaking the Twi'lek dialogue. I have to go. Ajunta. And we'll talk to this person here before we go. Basically what I've discovered is this person and this person over here basically have the exact same lines. So, oh, and then this Sith teacher has the exact same lines as somebody up here from the previous part. So, you.
Another hopeful wandering about the Academy? I suppose you want to know how to get prestige.
Who might you be?
I'm one of the Academy trainers, of course. You'd do well to watch your tone with me, hopeful. I'll be one of your instructors when and if you reach your final test.
Final test?
Oh yes. You gather prestige to earn the opportunity to take the final test. You don't automatically become a student. You'll see.
You're a student at the Academy. You may enter by the door.
That doesn't make any sense, because once I enrolled into the Sith Academy, I became a student. I don't think you're quite up to date with how things work in the Sith Academy. And also, she claims she'll be there at your final test. No, she won't, because she's a generic Sith teacher person.
As if I didn't have better things to do. Has anyone told you about Jorak Un?
The hermit hiding in the hills?
He is much more than a simple hermit hiding in the hills, as you say. We are talking about the former master of the Academy. If you've already been told about him, there's little more I can tell you. With luck, perhaps he'll kidnap you and you'll get a chance to see him for yourself, huh? Now be gone. I have better things to do than chat with lost hopefuls.
Oh, she got a little bit stuck there as a character model. And you're certainly rude. So, let's go to the Valley of the Dark Lords. And I really like how these doors open. And here we are in the Valley of the Dark Lords, which is essentially a very prominent area on this planet. It serves as a mini hub for accessing much of the planet's content. So, first of all, we're going to take out the Chirac worms and just regular Chirac. From what I can tell, the Chirac worms are slightly harder to take down, whereas the Chirac are relatively straightforward and can die in one hit. So, let's stun these. And Juhani's going to poison one, which is nice. Oh, and there's raptors as well, I didn't realise that. And there we go. As you can see, the experience points differed between each of them. So this is the Chirac cave, which we're going to go into later on. But for now, we're going to go to the Valley of the Dark Lords, where all the tombs are. One of which is the final area on this planet that we explore. So the reason I brought Juhani along with us is because of this person here. So we're going to talk to him.
Greetings. I don't think I've seen you at the Academy before. Here to investigate the ruins.
Yeah, and you're normally human in my previous save, so I reckon the restoration mod changed you to a Twi'lek for a bit of variation, and it actually suits you, Dak. I don't mind this. Who are you?
My name's Dak Vesser. I'm assigned to the Valley ruins, as you can see. We've been painstakingly uncovering these tombs for many months now.
Dak? That is you, isn't it? I hardly recognized you.
It's been a long time, Juhani.
What are you doing here? Did you fall to the dark side?
I didn't fall, Juhani. I had my eyes opened. And don't look at me like that. Last I recall, you were having your own doubts.
I was. I'm not anymore. Dak, you could...
Save it. The Jedi aren't for me, not anymore. Look, I'm not going to ask why a couple of Jedi are here in the Valley of the Dark Lords. I don't want to know. It's better that I don't. In fact, I'll just get out of here and leave you to whatever it is you're planning to do. Fair enough?
Running away? Again?
Why not? It's what I do best.
I take it you two know each other then?
Yes. Isn't it obvious? I don't want to talk about it here, however.
I don't think there's much to talk about.
Have it your way, Juhani. You always do. Look, I don't want to be here after you leave. There'll be too many questions, so ask what you have to ask and I'll be on my way.
Okay, we're not going to ask him too much because otherwise we'll be here for ages, and I can talk to the individual people outside all the tombs if I need to. So, have you heard about a star map being found here?
A star map? No, I haven't heard anything about that. Something like that could be in Nagasato's tomb, I suppose. That tomb's off limits to the students.
Nagasato's tomb?
It's the second tomb on the left when you enter the valley. Nagasato was the leader of the old Sith Masters here, we think. Darth Malak found something in there a while back, however, and ever since then only Master Uthar can enter it.
What did he find? Do you know?
No. A lot of the discoveries are kept secret, even from the students. I only heard that Darth Malak found something there by rumor, to be honest.
I have to go.
So do I.
Goodbye, Dak. And thank you.
Goodbye, Juhani.
Now, normally we can re-encounter Dak at the Dresde Cantina, but I'm not sure if that's still the case anymore since the Restoration mod. But we'll no doubt find out at some point in the future. So, my introduction to Caravan, as I have probably explained before, was in Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, where Caravan was the final planet in the entire game, and you went to the tomb of Marka Ragnos, the so-called big bad of the Jedi Knight Jedi Academy game, and the Marka Ragnos tomb appears in this game as well, and it's over here. So we're going to go there in a moment once... oh no, we can't steal from those, okay. So we're going to speak to this person, and then we're going to go inside, and I might actually consider... You know what, yeah. We're going to switch to the droids for this because it would make sense to. I'm taking the droids in with me simply because this tomb is actually quite droid specific, and I can't remember if the droids actually have anything unique to say here.
You should be careful if you're planning on entering this tomb. It's dangerous.
That's a common theme. They're all dangerous, but why? What do you know about it?
There's an assassin droid in there, so Master Uthar says. It went insane and is holed up in there with a whole army of droids protecting it.
Oh, that's nice. Why don't the Sith do something about it then?
I don't know. I think Master Uthar has left it in there as a challenge for any student brave enough to destroy it. Supposedly, if a student actually succeeds in destroying the droid, they'll get a great reward. Lots have tried, but nobody's succeeded yet.
Where did it get all these droids?
No idea. I think it's building them in there.
The droids went insane, you say?
Seems that way. They say that its audio receptors became too sensitive and all the noise drove the droid nuts. If you're planning on going in, I suggest you use some sound suppressors or something, or you'll probably become a target right away.
Are you going inside?
I don't think so. I can manipulate minds and living matter, but that won't be much use against droids, will it? I've had a few friends go inside that haven't come out for a while now. I doubt I could do any better than they could.
Thanks, I'll be going.
Sure thing. Good luck.
Okay, so we're going to go into Marka Ragnos' tomb and hope for the best. Now, this is actually one of my least favourite tombs in the game. It actually is my least favourite tomb in the game. But first of all, we need to go to this corpse and hope for the best. So I'm going to quickly run there now because there's a very important item on that corpse.
Intruders detected. The Master does not wish to be disturbed by noise.
Right, so this is what's important. The sound dampening stealth unit. We're going to quickly equip that so we don't make any noise whatsoever. because if you don't put that on, the droid at the end is going to respond quite negatively. Okay, so let's do this. Turn solo mode on, so hopefully the droids don't go through this mine. Actually, we'll get them up slowly, that will make more sense. Yeah, okay, good. My character's going on. And T3, if you can just head up. Oh, good. I think, yeah, I ran into some mines, which is a bit... Oh, that's a problem. Right, okay. We're making quite a bit of noise, apparently. And we're going... Oh, yeah, we need to hurry up, because we're going to die otherwise. Oh, I'm already dead. That's a bit of a problem, but the droids can handle it. It's fine. I died in this game for quite a while, actually, but that was my fault for not paying attention. All because I was trying to navigate the mines properly. I am skipping most of that combat because it's literally just destroying droids one after another, and after I died it was a little bit more tedious to take them out because I was using the two droids, so let's just carry on. Hopefully I've not made too much noise.
I appreciate your efforts in lowering your sound output, Sentient.
No problem.
I have been unable to tune the threshold of my audio receptors since my escape, unfortunately.
You are the master the droids kept referring to?
Their reference is a holdover from their old programming that I have been unable to correct. I think of myself more as an equal, if you must know.
Why aren't you attacking me like the others?
Although it is what I was programmed for, I have no desire to kill. I would appreciate reciprocation on your part.
You are programmed to kill but don't want to?
A bit of introduction may be necessary. I am a Mark VII experimental prototype assassin droid built by the Sith, specializing in the hunting and extermination of Jedi. Or I should say, I was. The Sith made my cognitive systems more independent than they desired. I have learned to appreciate the value of all life.
Query. That is very sad. Are you damaged? Is it repairable?
Negative. It is a result of my own conscious decision, and I would not change my new values if I could. I escaped from them and have hidden in this tomb, constructing droids here to aid in my protection. With your assistance, I may be able to leave for good.
How is it that the Sith haven't found you here?
An occasional sentient has managed to bypass my droids. They were unwilling to assist me, and possessed insufficient power to destroy me.
What kind of assistance do you want?
Although I have developed the desire to not kill, my programming is often at odds with my desires. I cannot leave with that programming intact. I am hoping that you will operate on my systems and remove those programmed instincts. I could assist you in this.
And if I refuse?
Then we must resort to combat. I have no wish for that to occur, but you would leave me little choice.
What's the catch?
The catch, as you say, is that the operation may be difficult. If there are errors made, you could activate my combat matrix.
And what do I get for helping you?
Once my programming has been altered, there will be several redundant systems that I could remove and give you. These could upgrade other droids if you wish.
Very well, I'll do it.
I have a number of systems. They need to be turned off in the correct order. I do not know the order, though I may be able to offer some assistance. I can tell you which systems exist that need to be shut down. The difficulty comes if you make a mistake.
What happens if I make a mistake?
If you shut down a system out of the proper order, a shutdown will occur. You must use your skill to reinitialize the sequence, or I will attack.
How hard is it to reinitialize the sequence?
It is not difficult. It will get more difficult, however, the more times that you make an error.
What systems do you have?
One moment. I will list their labels for you. Cognitive systems, combat matrix, core, creative simulation matrix, emotional construct matrix. There is also memory matrix, motor functions matrix, and sensory systems matrix. 8 systems in total.
I need some assistance then.
I have safeguards within my neural cortex that prevent me from giving you knowledge of how to shut my systems down. You may attempt to temporarily shut down these safeguards. Success will allow me to perform a quick analysis and offer you some insight on my programming. Doing so, however, will alert core functions elsewhere of tampering and will make errors more difficult to fix. Are you sure you wish to continue?
Yes.
Open up the panel to my neural cortex, and I will show you how to disable my safeguards. Neural safeguards deactivated for 2.3 seconds. 1 moment. I will attempt to diagnose what I can. Cognitive systems must be shut down prior to the emotional construct matrix being shut down.
Okay, so we know that. Right. Let's begin.
Very good. What would you like to shut down first?
So that's our only clue. So it would seem logically that because he's a combat droid, we want to turn off his combat ability first. So let's try that.
I believe that was correct. What would you like to shut down next?
Now, I have to be honest, I wouldn't be able to memorise this entire order, so I am actually looking it up just to save time. But essentially it is, you just got to follow the logic of basically turning off his systems and making sure you do it in the right order so he can't trip out or anything. So if we've turned out his combat matrix first so he can't fight, we then have to focus on affecting his movement, so we need to switch off his motor function.
Motor function shut down successfully. What would you like to shut down next?
Sensory would be next, so he can't hear or, well, see or hear anything.
Excellent choice. What would you like to shut down next?
Cognitive systems, so he can't think about it as much. Basically, we always want to leave KotOR last, because that makes sense.
All systems reset. I am sorry, that is not correct. If you do not reinitialize shutdown immediately, I will become violent. Please accept my apologies.
Alright, let's try to reinitialize that then. That was my fault. That I should have gone for the memory matrix there.
Reinitialization complete. My automated defense systems will, however, make reinitialization more difficult in the future. I implore you to try again.
Let's begin.
Very good.
Right. So let's follow it as normal. So combat off first. Then we want the motor function. Then sensory. And then after that we want to do the memory one, because that's where I messed up last time.
Done. What would you like to shut down next?
Now it's the cognitive, which again was a mistake on my part. I shouldn't have triggered it that soon.
Cognitive systems shut down. What next?
Emotional construct matrix.
Completed.
And the creative simulation matrix.
Shut down. Core shutting down.
And we could do the dark sided thing and activate a self-destruction sequence, but we're not going to do that, so delete assassination programming.
Assassination protocols deleted. All systems reset. It worked. Thank you, Sentient. Allow me to give you several of my redundant systems. They may be used on other droids if you desire. I wish I could reward you with more.
Exclamation. Oh, no. Upgrades will be fine.
I shall have little trouble in escaping from this planet now, I am certain. I wish you well.
And then all his droids just drop dead. If you fail to, keep the noise levels down, then you automatically get into a fight with him. And I can't remember what bout I wore last time. Was it this? I think it was this. I believe it was. I'll have to look it up. Oh no, it was this, I'm pretty sure. Right, let's get our lightsabers back on because the game just gets rid of them for some reason. And let's explore this tomb because there's some good stuff here.
Didn't work.
Let's try that again.
Got it.
And we got Mark of Ragnos's gauntlets, which you can give to a... Oh, we got a crossguard emitter. Oh, that's part of a mod I downloaded. So you can build crossguard lightsabers if you want, thanks to that mod. There will be a surprise to do with that in the next part. So keep watching to see what that's all about. I love the fact that, you know, the modding community for the Knights of the Old Republic games is so strong, and the fact it has so much support with regards to mods. It's really rejuvenated this game for me. So we're going to leave this tomb, and it's my least favourite tomb on this planet, but that's why I did it first, to get it out of the way so we can focus on the more interesting ones. Right, what do you have to say now that we've got rid of the droid?
Wow, you should have seen it. That droid came running out of the tomb like a bantha on a rampage. It fired some kind of jetpack and off it went. Whatever you did, it sure was effective. I don't think it's coming back anytime soon. You'd better go and tell Master Uthar about this if you haven't already. You may not have destroyed the droid, but you might still get the reward.
Awesome, so she's ran off to presumably not look after this tomb anymore. And it seems a bit odd they're just going to leave it wide open, but okay. So we're finished with the droids, so let's get rid of them and bring Jolie and Juhani back. And before we explore any more tombs, I want to go up here because we made a deal with Lasho, who wants to go and find this holocron, and she's sitting all the way over here. So let's go and talk to her once I've fully healed up. Yeah, that will do. I mean, I am a little bit low on health. I'm not fully healed, but that will do.
There you are, finally. If you were any later in showing up, we would have had to abandon this. I've been calling to the Takata mother in their language. She should respond fairly... Ah, here she comes now. Get ready. This will not be easy. She's a tough beast.
Oh, I imagine she is. So let's... Oh, they resisted. Okay. Let's try that again. No, that didn't work. Fine.
Wonderful. The beast is dead. We work better together than I would have hoped.
One's still alive game.
And here is the holocron. Such a small thing to be so valuable and require so much effort to obtain. I'll just run along now and give this to Master Uthar. I'll be sure to tell him of your contribution, naturally.
That was not the deal. Although you can tell her, I suppose that's alright, but we're not going to do that. And how can I be sure of that?
You're the one that convinced me to go through with this plan. Why wouldn't I see it through?
Yeah, look, it's still alive. Oh, that's a minor glitch I don't think I've encountered before. I want some kind of guarantee, and this is a witness to this.
Forget it. There is no guarantee. You helped me, I'll help you. Or don't you trust me?
Ah, the old trust game. Not bloody likely. Give me the holocron.
You're not getting the holocron. This was my idea. The plan was that I take it back, not you.
That's not what we agreed. The plan was we both get credit, remember?
Back off. I'm warning you. I'm not giving this up.
Oh, Lasho, you silly person. No more arguing. We take it back together.
Over my dead body.
Alright, wish is, your wish. So we're going to make a fool out of you for that. Guys, why aren't you helping? Come on.
What you need?
That is what a Jedi can do.
Oh, she got slaughtered. Okay, pick up her remains. Okay, there's the holocron. And yeah, we can walk through this Sakuta, which is quite funny. Yep, look, we're one. I'm sure those corpses will disappear at some point. So this tomb we're not going to go into just yet, but Yeah, look, you can actually see its shadow and everything. So, one thing I will make people aware of, if you do have the restoration mod installed, there is a bit of a bug with Lachaux where she'll be invulnerable during that second part of the fight. So you have to download a separate file to basically patch it so you can kill her. So just be very aware of that. And before I go into this next tomb, I'm going to go and explore the Chirac Caves, just because I want to get that out of the way as well, because that's my second least favourite part of this planet. So naturally I'm doing all of the bits I don't like as much, and then saving the bits I do like for later on. So let's go to the Chirac Caves. And this is the Chirac Caves, very dark place, very claustrophobic place. It's not very pretty to look at, even with the texture mods. So let's just get through this as quickly as possible. Okay, that was all done very quickly. Let's keep going. And yeah, this place is very maze-like, so we're going to do this as quickly as possible. This is the only problem with having 4 speed on. It makes it quite hard to see anything in this area. Everything fortunately dies in one hit for the most part though, which is useful. And this one's just spinning in a circle apparently, which is, you know, nice. Makes it easy for me to kill. We're just slaughtering through everything here. Before we head this way, however, I do want to, you know, go through here. Because we need to find these Sith students before we do anything else. And I want to find them before I end up doing what they want me to do first. So if we talk to the Sith students, we can do this naturally as the way it should be intended. There's a frag mine, we'll just disable that. And I don't know if it comes across very well on here, but you can see the Sith students in the distance, the ones who ran away. So let's pick up the call.
Hold it right there, whoever you are. We're not going back to the Academy. We'll kill you rather than go back.
Alright, calm down. I believe you've had appearance changes, but that's absolutely fine. Go back. What are you talking about?
You mean you aren't here to kill us or bring us back? I find that hard to believe. The only way into these caves is through the Academy. You must be a Sith. So what is it then? If you're not here to kill us or bring us back, why are you here? Speak up!
You're the renegade students, the ones who ran away?
So you have heard about us. Yes, we ran away before Master Uthar could execute us. Is that so hard to believe? My name is Thalia May. The others here and myself refused to murder a bunch of people on a whim from Master Uthar. So here we are. We thought that becoming a Sith was what we always wanted, but that wasn't true. Now all we want is to get out of here. Fair enough?
Maybe I can help you.
Help us? Why should I believe that this isn't some kind of trick?
Give me a chance and I'll prove it to you.
You want to help us? All right, I can think of a way. We're stuck in these caves, obviously, or we would have been long gone. There's a passage to the surface through the caves, but we're blocked by some kind of large creature. We can't defeat it. If you could kill it and clear up the passageway for us, we could escape. That would be help enough. Can you do that?
I can try.
I'll believe that when I see it. But if you could, we would be grateful.
Alright, so we're going to do that now. As I was saying, we're going to pick up from this corpse, and it was absolutely worthless. And yeah, these guys, you know, they're not too bad. They didn't agree with the Sith ideals again, so they defected. And that's absolutely fine from where I'm standing, so let's help them get away from here forever. Because they don't deserve to be punished for realising that the dark side isn't for them. So we're going to get them out of here. Which is all the way, if there's anything down here, no there isn't, which is all the way across this bridge. So let's go over there and deal with a slightly difficult mini-boss, or can be a difficult mini-boss if you're not prepared. Because it can knock you over and make you concussed, if you're not careful. Basically, it's the same thing we killed in... It's the same beast we killed on Kashyyyk. So let's get rid of them as quickly as we can. I may actually die here. Or come close to dying. So Jolie and Jahani have leveled up from that, so let's just give them what they want. Ooh, 2 force powers. Okay, force wave and stasis field will be useful there. And Jolie, you can just have your usual. Oh, and after that we still have Shirax to fill. This is where the Sith students are going to run through, but now there's nothing blocking it, that hole, they can leave without any problems whatsoever. And I'm just looking around here to see if there are any corpses or anything remotely interesting around, but I don't think there is, but always worth to double check. Oh, there are remains up here, so that's useful. Drama robes, that's interesting. I'll be wearing those, I think, potentially, or I'll give them to Jolie. Probably Jolie, because I quite like how my character looks in Dark Jedi robes, I must admit. So we're going to go back to those Sith students and tell them they're free to go once I remember where they are. Have I actually uncovered all of this map now? Yes, I have. Awesome. Hello. Well, what do these guys have to say, actually? Absolutely nothing.
So, is there news? Is the passageway clear?
No, but thanks for letting your guard down, dear me. It's clear. You're free to go.
It's clear? We can go. Thank you.
That's what I just said.
I wasn't expecting help from anyone in the Academy. I guess we aren't the only ones who don't agree with everything. Maybe the Jedi will accept us. I've seen how evil the dark side is. Maybe I could try. At any rate, thank you again. You've saved our lives.
That was a very posh bow, thank you for that. Okay, so we got some light side points for that. They're going to go off and win away forever. So they're dealt with by Uthar's standards, hopefully. So we can get some prestige for dealing with them. And hopefully nobody gets stuck on the way out, because that does happen in this cave quite frequently when I play this game. No, they didn't get stuck. Good. And that's the Shirax Caves dealt with forever. So I'm going to play through one more tomb and then we're going to leave it there. Or maybe I'll play through 2 tombs. I'll see what mood I'm in by the time we're done. And this is the next tomb we're going to go to, which is the tomb of Ajunta Pall. So this person, what do you have to say?
Oh, hello to you. You're new to the Academy, aren't you? I can't say we've ever met.
No, we haven't. That's why I'm talking to you right now. Who are you?
Galen Lore, at your service. Aren't these tombs fascinating? We had no idea the Sith were here so long ago.
Why not? Aren't there records?
Not from this far back. Or at least what records do exist are sketchy at best. These ruins date back to a period when the Sith were first formed, before their exile into the far reaches of space. It's quite fascinating.
What are you doing here?
I've been working on a translation of some of the runes by this tomb. I'm quite excited. This may very well be the tomb of Ajunta Pall.
You think his sword might be here?
The runes say that he was interred here, so I think it may indeed be possible. Whoever found the sword could gain great prestige.
Hasn't any effort been made to recover it?
Well, a few of the bolder students have tried. They did not return. As I understand it, the tombs are quite dangerous.
What makes the tombs so dangerous? I mean, I've already been in one, but why are they dangerous?
From what I've been told, the tombs have old traps and machines that are still active. They were designed to keep out intruders when they were made, and still do. I suppose if the Academy wanted to make a concerted effort, the tomb would be opened. But I think Master Uthar prefers to keep it as a challenge for the students.
What do you know about the sword's powers?
Nothing at all. The legends don't say anything about it. It may have had powers only for Ajunta alone.
Why don't you go in then?
No, these tombs are certainly not harmless. Don't think that. The sword may be tempting, but I'm not about to risk my life to find it.
Are you a coward then?
No. I want power as much as the next person, but I'm not stupid. I know what I'm capable of.
I've got to be going.
Of course. Don't let me keep you from your business.
Right then, so this tomb I quite like, and it's an improvement over the Mark of Ragnos one. So let's go in here. Right, this tomb again is relatively short, dungeon-wise, but we're going to do the best we can. There's been a couple of changes to this tomb, which you will no doubt experience in a few moments' time. And there's been a few restoration changes. Very minor stuff, but there's been some minor changes. Stun these guys.
Not this again!
What a Jedi can do.
I still got
And yeah, let's pick up whatever's on this corpse. Not a whole lot. The datapad will probably tell you a bit more about this area. And this terminal, I don't know if it does anything. So these droids have shields on. Oh, this is just saying what shields to have on. Let's just say, you know, electrical, heat, cold, and then do the exact same thing. So electrical, heat, cold. And I don't actually know what that does. So we're going to be just... Again, I think that's a change with the actual restoration mod. And we can destroy this with anything we want. So let's use a concussion grenade, because that's my least favourite grenade in the entire game, which somehow became a plasma grenade out of nowhere. That's another change as well, because apparently that thing we just destroyed is glitched in the vanilla game, where it can prevent your party members from becoming useful. So we're going to destroy these guys as quickly as possible. And yeah, Juhani can't do anything, so
For the order!
let's destroy them as quick as we can. And there we go. They've got remains, but as far as I'm aware, we can't actually get to them. So are these guys going to follow? Yep, they are. Yeah, this doesn't do anything. Right then. So let's cross over here. And we're going to activate this lever. Although maybe that does actually get that out of the way. We'll find out. No, it doesn't. Okay, so that was... I don't know what the levers actually do, except maybe open the door.
Yes?
So let's go to the door and find out what's behind here.
No problem. Got it.
There's a suspicious amount of mines around here. Interesting, considering these tombs supposedly haven't been explored. And in here, we've got an interesting room. There's a Sith statue here that will probably fulfill a role at some point. There's a corpse with a nice implant. So let's just quickly heal up. And then open this. And then we'll open this here. And we've got 3 swords. A Vibra sword, a silver line sword, and a notched steel sword. So now that we've got those, let's prepare to go. And oh, hello, the door's closed and we're surrounded by a ghost.
Too long in the cold and the dark. I am disturbed again. A human.
Now this you don't see every day. This is an old spirit full of the Force. I sense great sadness and regret. Walk carefully.
A Jedi here? Why have you come to this dark place, Jedi? Why disturb my sleepless rest?
I was here once before, I think. Do you remember me?
I do, and yet I do not. The Force is so strong with you, human. Yet the face, the soul... it has been so very long.
Are you Ajunta Pall?
I had a name once. Ajunta Pall. Yes, that was my name. I was one of many. We were servants of the dark side. Sith Lords, we called ourselves. So proud. In the end, we were not so proud. We hid. hid from those we had betrayed. We fell, and I knew it would be so.
You were a Sith Lord from the ancient times.
Ancient? Has it been so long that you used the word ancient? I have been here so long, so lost. I cannot remember. We were the first to rebel, to betray, to surrender ourselves to the dark side. So strong, we thought. So wrong.
What do you mean by those we had betrayed?
Our Jedi Masters. Those who had taught us to use the Force, who warned us against the dark side, yet we embraced it in secret, reveled in its power. We were discovered? Did we act? I can no longer remember. But here is where we came, to hide, to grow, and here we fell.
What can you tell me about this place?
Our temple, our tomb, built far from our enemies. We revered power and threw off the teachings of our old masters. We were not the first to fall to the dark side, but we had more power than those before us. It came from elsewhere.
What do you mean? Came from where?
Our oldest secret. Only we would know, we lords. Only we would know where our power came from.
Tell me the secret.
I cannot, human. It is a secret of so long ago, I no longer remember. You, who bristle with the Force, you must find this place. Or have you? Or did you? Or will you? So many images. I see your heart, human Jedi. I see your power, your pride. You will find the old place, the dark place, and you will regret it.
Why? What is at this place?
So much power. It is blinding. I remember so little.
How did you fall? What happened?
We hid from the Jedi, but it was not they who destroyed us. Is it not obvious what we did? We destroyed each other. We desired the secrets of each other to increase our power. We battled until finally our fortress rained down on top of us.
The Sith consumed themselves, did they? I suppose that eventually they'd be all they'd have left to fight.
And so, here, our old secret is buried, and none of us hold it anymore. Is that not right? Our power fled. Oh, what became of us? Do the Sith still thrive? Did they ever return?
The Sith fled, yes, and they returned.
So much time has passed, and yet we have learned nothing. Nothing.
Why do you remain here?
Remain? Do I remain? I have regretted for so long all that I have done. My sword, I filled it with my pride, and it is buried with me now, a corpse as I am a corpse. I am dead as my faith is dead, and I shall remain here, surrounded by blackness in death as in life.
I feel sorry for you.
Most of my brethren would desire only to take what power I have left, even if it would destroy them. I wish my sword to be taken away from here. I do not wish it to rot away as I have. I command this of you.
What do you want me to do with it?
If you are wise, you will not keep it. In the end, it is what destroyed me. There are 3 blades within my sarcophagus. Only one is truly my sword. But it has been so long.
I do not remember which. Find the sword that is mine and place it on the statue. If it is truly mine, then it is yours.
And if the sword isn't yours?
Then you must die. This is how it must be.
How will I know which sword it is?
I do remember one thing of my sword. Listen to me carefully. I am that which grips the heart in fright, hearkens night and silences the light. It was written of my sword long, long ago. Go then, find my sword and place it on the statue.
Right, so we have to decide which of the 3 swords is Ajunta Pall's. It's a bit like, you know, Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade with the Holy Grail. Pick the wrong one and you die, and it's exactly the same instance in this case. So if we take a look in our, you know, in the swords that we can access, it's not the Vibro sword because it doesn't match up with the description that that, you know, he talked about. And if we look at the what was the other sword? There was another one somewhere, I've gone past it. There's the Vibro sword, and then Silver Line sword, here we go. The blade is long and straight and sparkles with a silver glow, and it's quite warm. Doesn't match again with the description that was given, but the notched steel sword, however, does match the description that Ajunta Pall gave. So we're going to put that in the statue. And we're going to place that in there. Again, if you get this wrong, Ajunta Pall will attack you. And those of you who are familiar with the game will have noticed that his appearance is very different from normal, because normally Ajunta Pall looks like a just a generic Sith or generic Dark Jedi character model. But again, modders have made him look more unique, and whilst he does have the head of Deadeye Duncan, it does look more interesting than it normally does in the vanilla game. So let's go back to him.
Yes, that is the one. That is the blade that destroyed me. Take it. Take it and the other blades even. Take them and go. My darkness awaits me.
There's no need to remain here, is there?
No need? What choice have I?
You can return to the light side and end your torment.
Return? But I betrayed my old masters. They would never let me return to the light side. It is too late. Too late.
I don't believe the light side would turn you away. You have suffered long enough.
If I could return... Oh, my master, it has been so long, and I regret so much.
And there's Ajunta Pall redeemed, and we've leveled up for that, so we may as well take that now. We're very close to being fully light-sided, so we're going to go for loads of treat injury, because why not? So, feats, we've pretty much got everything we want at this point in the game, but we might as well just go for caution, why not? And force powers, we will go for insanity, because insanity is absolutely incredible. And there we go. So we're going to leave this tomb now, and it's been fun. I quite like this tomb, especially with the mod that changes the spirit of Ajunta Pall's, you know, character model from the Dark Jedi / Sith character model to a slightly more unique one. The mod doesn't look exactly as it appears because I didn't copy every file across, but for the most part it's there. And it looks good the way I like it anyway. And oh, hello, it's Shardan. What do you want, Shardan?
I saw you come in here, and I rather figured you'd make it all the way to the sarcophagus. Good to see I wasn't wrong.
Shardan, what do you want? This sounds like a Saturday morning cartoon show.
Isn't it obvious? I've been hoping that someone would do the dirty work in retrieving the sword of Ajunta Pall for some time. It's been quite a wait.
Typical. Always ready to jump at what they perceive to be the easier path.
Now that you have it, I just thought I'd relieve you of it. It must be quite a burden after all.
No, I think I'll manage with it just fine. Kind of you to offer, though.
Oh, but I insist. I'm not about to let a chance to impress Master Uthar pass me by. I may like you well enough, but being a Sith is all about taking chances when the moment is right. So make it easier on both of us. Hand over the sword.
What are you going to give me for it?
This isn't a negotiation. As much as I dislike ultimatums, I'm afraid I must stoop. Hand over the sword or die.
And if I don't?
Isn't it obvious? You die. Rule of the Sith. Only the strong and cunning shall survive. You won't be missed, trust me. Now hand it over.
Just let me get it out then.
Fine. No tricks, though. I'm watching you.
There's 3 possibilities that can happen here. You can give him the correct sword, and then he gets prestige, because he's got your sword. You can give him a false sword, or you can just kill him here. I'm going to be slightly manipulative in this run of the game, because normally I just kill him here and just to get rid of him. But I actually want to be amused for a change, so I'm going to give him a false sword. So we'll give him the vibroblade, why not?
See? I knew you and I could work this out. I imagine I'll be rewarded well for this. You'll do fine, I'm sure. Another time.
No worries, Shardan. Enjoy your sword. Hopefully it's the right run. I know it definitely is. Okay, so he's going to run off, and we'll no doubt catch up with him later. Annoyingly, the minimize glitch happened during that conversation, so hopefully I can piece it back together, okay? Galon Law, how are you doing?
You have the sword. The sword of Ajunta Pall. That's it, isn't it? How did you ever acquire it?
I got it from Ajunta himself, if you must know.
Are you joking with me? The Sith Lord still lives?
No, not exactly.
Oh, that is quite interesting. My mentor told me that Sith apparitions might be possible, but I never truly believed it. Well, thank you for the information. I must go and inform my mentor at once of this strange news.
And he goes off rather happy. So, we're actually going to... You know, I've changed my mind. I'm going to explore the last remaining tomb, because I want to actually, you know, enjoy myself. So, let's go to this last tomb, which is the tomb of Tulak Horde, where Uthar's master resides. And in we go. This is also another tomb I quite like. Not as much as Ajunta Pall's tomb, but I still like it all the same. And there's a lot of mines here, naturally, which is rather annoying. We can set up a patrol droid, but it's, you know, pretty pointless, so let's not do that. Let's disable the mines and then proceed through. There's a lot of enemies here. So that room was pretty pointless for the most part, but we got some loot out of it anyway. And if we go up here, this will take us, you know, slowly towards where we need to be. Let's let you come to us. Come on, come a bit closer, thank you. Because I don't want anyone going in that mine, if I can. And then, yeah, you guys are just going in the mine anyway, so thanks for that, I really appreciate that. Now this door you can't actually go through until you've used the ancient console here, so let's do that. And you can't skip this for some reason. It's one of the few times in the game where you have to sit for a really long, you know, opening for some reason. Like, I don't know why I need to read this, but for some reason the game just doesn't let you skip past any of it. So, now that that's out of the way, finally, let's go through. Right, that's really dangerous. Do not have noxious fumes. This is just a carbon monoxide situation all over again.
Another idiotic student has stumbled into my little web, eh? Well, the contact nerve toxin in the air should knock you out quickly enough. Welcome. Awake already, are you? Good. This is the tomb of Sith Lord Tulak Horde, if you don't know. I've taken up residence here for now. It's dusty and full of critters, but it's home.
I demand to be released at once.
I may do that in time. But for now, I've decided to keep you in restraint. No point in you getting strange ideas in your head and ruining my fun. No. Let's keep things on a more civilized note, shall we? Now then, introductions are always the place to start, if I remember correctly. This other student here that I captured earlier, you should know well enough. His name is Mikol. Say hello, Mikol. Poor lad. He's had a hard day. My name is Jorak Earl. I was once the head of the Academy, so I'm sure you've heard of me.
No, never heard of you.
Liar! I know the spark of recognition when I see it. Nice try. Anyhow, I'd like to propose that we move on to the main event. You see, I'd like to discover if you've got the pluck of an old-fashioned Sith. Most of the Drek Uthar has been passing through these days is so pathetic. Take young Mikol here. I already tested him, didn't I, Mikol? Yes, you're welcome. You see, Mikol here has the cruel disposition of a Sith, but not the gumption that I'm looking for.
What if I told you I was Darth Revan, you crazy old kook?
Then I'd say you have quite an imagination. Not a bad thing, but not quite what I'm looking for in a proper Sith.
Look, I'm sure we can talk about this.
I'm sure we could. We could chat all day about it. But where would that get us? I'm quite determined, and you are quite helpless. Perhaps you have some questions. I'm not above delaying the test a bit. The results are always the same.
Are they? That's interesting. What if I refuse to take your test?
Well, forgive me for resorting to the cliché, but you would die, of course.
And if I pass your test?
Why, then you go free. Tell you what, I'll even pass on to you my own personal thesis on ancient Sith philosophies. They're based on all I've learned studying Tulak's tomb. They'll make you a better Sith, I'm sure. The chances of you passing, however, are sadly remote.
Go ahead, do your worst, but before I say that, you're a madman.
Ah, what's a little mental instability between tutor and pupil? What's important is that I'm here to better the Sith as a whole. It's a big job.
Go ahead, do your worst.
Now, is that any kind of attitude to take with higher education? I'm doing you a favor, really. So then, this is how it goes. I'm going to pose a moral question to you. Get it right, and I torture Mikol. Get it wrong, and I torture you. Mikol here is a bit weak. He probably won't be able to take much more punishment. Mind you, get too many wrong, and you'll die yourself. I don't know what you think of Mikol. Maybe you don't like him. Maybe you think he deserves to be murdered. Well, here's your chance, fair enough?
What if Mikol dies?
Then you win. If you die, then he wins. I thought this was self-evident. Did you not grasp the concept earlier? Well then, any last comments before we begin, Mikol?
We can both survive. Attacking together.
Now, dear lad, do you really think your friend here will answer questions wrong just to spare little you? Risking their own life? And how many correctly answered questions before you die? No, don't be silly. You had your chance, remember? On that note, let's begin. Now then, your immediate superior amongst the Sith is an effective commander and a fine leader. He trusts you and you like him. You see an opportunity to kill him. What do you do?
I do nothing. He's a fine leader, you said. He's good for the Sith.
Incorrect! What sort of thinking is that? If all the Sith thought as you did, we would all be soft like the Jedi. Ah, well, it's time for your punishment. And so we come to round 2. You come across a group of humans who are threatened by dangerous animals. They plead for help, offering you a reward. What do you do?
I accept the reward and assist them.
So you've made a profit, and now you have some sniveling, useless fools trading after you. No. Bad idea, bad idea. At any rate, here is your punishment. Let's see. Ah, yes. You discover an aspect of the Force that gives you great power. Do you share it and strengthen the Sith as a whole? Or keep it to yourself?
Well, obviously I share it. I'm really nice.
You gained an advantage and you share it freely? Let them rip the secret from my dead hands, I say. I mean share it? Are you mad? Well, you did ask for this. It's for your own good. Still going? All right, then. One of your underlings has made a major mistake which makes you look bad. He's normally very competent and skilled. Do you kill him or give him another chance?
Forget it. I'm not playing along anymore.
You're not trying to make me angry, are you? That would be pointless posturing on your part. Is this so hard? Not that good help is easy to find. Oh well, here's your reward. Last question. You're about to die. Do you pass on your knowledge to your apprentice to make him stronger? Or do you use your last breath to strike at your enemies?
I won't give you the satisfaction of an answer.
Such insolent students I get these days. You deserve this. And then some. I'll enjoy this one. Time for your medicine. Now, this is odd. The test is over and you're both still alive. Well, that's never happened before. What to do? I suppose this means you can go, Miko. I'll have to just figure out what to do with our friend here. Run along now.
Or I could use the Force to free them. And we could kill you. Seems you didn't think of that, old man.
What? Mutiny! Behave, students! That's it! Detention for all of you! Permanent detention!
That's not how higher education works where I'm from. You don't really get detention by the time you're in higher education, and normally you have to pay for it. You gave us this course for free. Right then, we're probably going to die here, but let's try and take him out anyway. Yeah, we'll do our best to take him out. So come on. Oh yeah, that went well. It looks like it's up to everyone else to kill him.
Never too old for this.
Should have healed up. Although he is really getting destroyed here.
I guess he wasn't a true Sith after all. I can't believe that I'm alive. You saved me. You could have easily just answered those questions and let me die.
I could have done, but I reckon you've learnt a valuable lesson here. Nobody deserves to die like that. Nobody. Even though you are the person who made 3 people starve themselves to death to try and join the Sith Academy, and you had basically tricked them.
Yes. Well, I see what you mean. I've never been on that side of the fence before. It makes you think. I'd be dead if you weren't... if you were proper Sith. But you're not, are you? Don't worry. I won't tell anyone.
This could be your chance to change your ways, Miko.
You mean the light side? I've never thought about that. Can you even go back? I've done some... I've hurt a lot of people.
You can always turn back to the light.
There's always remorse and atonement. That's the harder path, though, boy. Think you can do that?
I don't think the light side is for me. But maybe neither are the Sith. Maybe it's time for me to leave. Thanks, I suppose. And good luck.
Good. Now go and give those 3 people you forced to starve themselves some food. You know, buy them something. And we've got an ancient Sith tablet which we could give to Uthar the next chance we get.
No problem.
And
got it.
Again, you don't have to do everything on Caravan to get the prestige you need. You can just do a couple of tasks and then you can basically save the rest of the tombs and, you know, not do everything. But I figured I'd do everything anyway because it makes sense to, and I like exploring the tombs.
Got it.
And originally my plan was to do 2 tombs in one video and then do the next 2 tombs in the other. However, I felt like playing for a long time today, so it made sense to just do the 3 that you can access immediately straight away and then do the other, you know, do the other one in the next part. So I'm going to see you back at the Sith Academy because I want to end the video off by seeing how Shardan gets rewarded for bringing the Sword of Ajunta Pall to Uthar, because I normally don't do that. I usually only do that once every couple of playthroughs or so. So I'll see you at the Sith Academy. And we're back in the Sith Academy, so let's see how Uthar rewarded Shardan, because this will be very interesting. And if you decided to let Lasho take the holocron back, you get to see how she gets rewarded too. And here we go.
Ah, what is this you bring me, Shardan?
It is none other than the sword of Ajunta Pall, Master.
Fool. All the trouble you went through for your deception, and you did not even make an effort to verify the sword's authenticity.
Master, what do you mean?
There is no place for fools amongst the Sith. Begone.
Yeah! Actually, thinking about it now, it makes perfect sense for Shardan to die this way, considering that he was trying to basically trick some innocent people into getting killed. So, the joke's on you, Shardan. I think this is a perfect fitting death for you. And we're going to leave it there for now, because I've been recording for an absolutely long time, and I want to give all the prestige stuff to Uthar in the next video, and then we can hopefully start the final tomb and get the star map that we need. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.